must survive in order to expose this nightmare.
Yeah, saying I made a note of it, so if Ben doesn't end up getting it, yeah, we'll make sure to let you all know. Okay, so
we've got stuff.
Got our first one right there. Oh, we didn't get to keep Wesker mode? I'm disappointed.
I guess that would just make it a little too easy.
Right.
Okay, so
I guess it only takes place in the mansion or training facility
probably,
or whatever. Yeah.
So I want to do these in stacks of 10.
And did it say the game ends when you leave, or?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess the idea is to get as many as you can, and in the end you'd have like a knife and 50 leeches if you want to.
Well, you probably have like a fully armed handgun.
Right. Yeah, so I guess if one of them had like a full shotgun and one had a full magnum, assuming they're here or something,
right,
that's still enough to beat a boss.
Okay, let's mix some things. Oh, we actually start out with a lot of ammo. A lot of ammo.
Nice, the 200, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's see, am I supposed to go down? Might as well check and make sure.
Yeah.
Just in case they're hidden down here. Reckonell has it, but very much does not desire to play it. I can definitely understand that.
I thought there was something glowing right there. Was it just water?
That was just water dropping down.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna refer to that.
Oh, hey.
Cool. And yeah, the Dark Souls 2 LP is one water area where basically the falling droplets look just like a glowy from an item drop, and yeah, it's very very frustrating and disconcerting.
Huh. I see.
So you can carry 1 byte worth of ammo.
That is good to know.
All right, you got your boomstick. Don't know how well that would work, having it been with a chamber in the water this whole time, but
it's fine. Leech Hunter. Man, I'm actually kind of worried that I'll well, I'm not too worried about actually.
Oh man, okay. So surprise, surprise, got a bunch of hunters. Yeah, you just got a shotgun. I think that's all you're about. Yeah, that does some business though. Wow. Oh yes, yeah. You're still doing okay so far, yeah.
He staggers for a long time.
Right. There we go. That was a bit of a mess.
Oh, that was why it switched me to Becky.
Ah, okay.
That explains some things.
Oh, luckily they pretty much did all that damage to her.
Right.
And thus, 1 first aid spray and you're good to go. Huh. I can already tell what the gimmick is for this one. You alternate, freebies and goodies with, tougher than usual fights.
Right. Let's see. This is what?
And of course, you won't be able to, skip them like you normally do for combat in this game because you have to run and get the.
Oh, there's a fire key.
You have to run and get all of the leech tokens. What was the rule on you could not put them down? Was that right?
Yes, you cannot drop the leech things.
Right.
Which seems very silly to me, but
yeah, I guess the idea would be otherwise you could just take the stacks
you could
of
what? Leave them somewhere?
Mm-hmm. The whole idea is you have to do more with less. Even though this is absolutely not a game, where that's a thing.
Yeah, where that's even really feasible at
right.
all. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the idea for this one is to try to get as many as you can, and then eventually either bail and get as high of a score as you can, or see if you can make it all the way to
That's the thing.
the 50.
I'm pretty sure there's no reason not to try to go for all 50. Because, you can go for score things like that, and that's fine, I suppose, but...
Are we having fun yet?
I am absolutely over the moon, Flyfon. You have no idea.
So far, it's about the same game.
Well, that's the thing. I'm imagining that eventually what will happen is that you'll have basically boss-level enemies that you have 1 or 2 blocks with.
Exactly.
The thing that really worries me and bothers me a great deal is the fact that, once you get all 50 of them, you can no longer use a shotgun.
Right.
Or anything.
Yeah, just pistol and knife, pretty much. Magnum, yeah.
Oh, great. One of those things.
How many does do Molotov stack into? 3?
I don't remember offhand.
Yeah, that might be.
Looks like I'm gonna have to... Well, maybe not. Didn't see any...
You thought it just run?
Yeah. Because I didn't see any leech things in there, so...
Fair enough.
No reason to fight it.
But there's... You think we're past him too, or?
I'll try. I know that this door is locked. Oh, it's not.
There you go.
Okay. And then there will be another one in here.
Wasn't that one walkthrough we saw on YouTube, like actually in Leech Hunter mode? Like,
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I remember seeing something like that come up in it. Oh, the idea was that Billy starts with a Magnum if you do like New Game Plus or something, right? Or like it changes the location or something. Remember, the guy had one really early. No, it was
the machine gun.
Machine gun, yeah. Yeah, that was it.
Let's see. So I could... Does she have enough space for that? Neither of them have enough space for that.
No space for what?
A red and green herb.
Right. We could leave the poison cure somewhere.
Oh, that's a double green, so I wouldn't want to.
Uh-oh, Drakenel says he thinks leechmen drop the leeches.
Well, let's find out, I guess.
Yep. Maybe you'll have use for that healing after all.
Well, if I kill it, then yeah, I probably will. Let's find out.
Well, that was pretty timely, though. All right. Oh, didn't quite.
I love how it can do damage to her even without a face.
You know, that's a really good point. How is it biting her?
Billy, get out of there.
Darn it. They both of them ended up in orange.
Yep.
Well, you got healing in the room.
Yep. Let's get out of here before the leeches start doing damage.
Right. He didn't drop anything, right?
Yeah, I'll have to check in a little bit after I heal up. Yeah, I don't think I saw anything shining on the ground, so...
Right.
Let's see. Space, so she'll have to give some to him.
Guess not. Yep.
I guess he'll have to leave the key.
It's a reasonable enough theory that would work that way. Because we have very few of the... I mean, we're both about... Let's see, 2.5. Yeah, we're both like just a couple percentage into our goal. Exactly, only 46 more to go. So yeah, you'd think they would have, hidden a couple like that. Make it tougher.
Then again, you have to remember this area is sprawling.
True.
There are a lot of areas to go through.
What I'm waiting for is clearly whenever you get close to the end of the level, you'd only have like 1 or 2 slots worth left of inventory. Then you have to go fight the bat.
Well, if you remember, that's actually what I was saying earlier.
Well, I didn't know if it was a bat in particular. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it may not be the bat. It'll probably just be something else. But
yeah, I heard you mention a Boston. You're almost out.
Right.
As repentance, Drakenel offers puppies. If it's a link, aw.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm really impressed at how at the GIF V and WebM And that's why he linked to a GIF video. Yeah, like WebMs in particular, just really impressive how much they can store, with sound and everything in a very, very small package.
That is good to know, I suppose. Yeah, I've never heard of Imgur or GIF-Env or anything like that.
Also, Dark Souls joke. All right, we'll take a look at that. But yeah, GIF-Vs are basically GIFs that are optimized for video, and actually are inline or embedded video instead of just the traditional GIFs.
Interesting.
Then WebMs are actually a very highly compressed video format with sound and everything.
Yeah. Oh, so I can just go straight down there. Interesting. Yeah, let's leave those two there so that I might not need the full stack.
Right. Did you put the black statue in the weight thing?
Obviously, you didn't pay attention. No, there are 2 leech things in there.
Okay. We may have the AI to help out with this one. Billy, go get it. Or maybe not. Okay.
There we go. All crows down. Got a Billy blue one. Oh, what's this?
Huh.
Another Stars handgun.
Can we dual wield? Okay. This is new. Do any of you know what the difference is between them?
Well, that's the thing. That's actually Becky's.
Huh.
So it basically just gave me another handgun for Becky.
Huh. As Drakenel said, yep, my spin shot. 360 no scope, crow shot. He's got no way to crone the opposition.
Oh. Okay. Took out the last crow. And that was 2 Billy Leech things. I'm starting to get the opinion that the true key to victory is to actually go to the hardest areas first.
Yeah, we still have more resources, right?
But I'm not going to beat this in 20 minutes, so
right.
I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably what we would have to do, is try to get as far as you can. So I don't think it's going to gate off any progress based on leeches. And
no, I wouldn't imagine so.
Yeah. And then try to So the flip side is that I guess you would just explore as far as you can and get everything except the leech tokens. Like you get the weapons.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
yeah,
all you have to do is just. Oh gosh. Oh, good thing we've got plenty of handgun bullets.
Yeah, there's that too. It's like because you've got a fair amount of healing and tons of handgun ammo, there's only the enemies that don't stagger when you shoot them with the handgun are going to be a big problem. Like the
oh, that's right.
Like the monkeys and stuff, and the hunters, of course. There you go.
Keep shooting.
Man, did you tear a hole in the back of his jacket? It looked like his spine was showing.
That was late game. Yeah, like leaving an area like this.
Yeah, exactly. It's the only catch on that one. Actually, well, if you don't pick up leeches at all, you wouldn't have to remember which ones you still had goodies in.
Right.
Oh, do the leeches, the leech drops show up on the map once you...
I guess we can find out in just a little bit.
No.
Yeah, let me actually pick one up and... Well, not pick it up, but fiddle with it.
Right. Billy can't take it.
He can't take it. That show up on the map. Yes.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, that's what you would have to end up doing, I think.
So touch all the things without actually...
Without grabbing any of the things.
Right. Huh.
So I'm wondering if some boss enemies or whatnot might actually be gated depending on if you have the leeches. That said, since this is a...
yeah, this is casual mode.
I'll go ahead and just grab as many of the leeches as I can when I have to leave.
Right.
Being smothered to death by puppies is the way to go, says Dan.
Well, if you have to pick one, I mean, I would definitely rank that above drowning. The problem is you're still dead, of course, being the catch.
I know, that almost sounds like a kind of a horror way to go, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you would think that you would want to have your last memories of puppies being, they're really cute and fluffy, not, they're killing me. Turning sweet, innocent animals into tools of murder. Let's see. Definitely above drowning or being lit on fire. I'll grant you that. I'll definitely grant you that.
Oh, the leech is there now.
I wish you would pay attention to when I speak sometimes. I had actually pointed that out earlier.
Well, see, I was looking at
like
the
twice
chat.
now.
I was looking at the chat, and I thought the reason why you didn't do that was the fact there were leech enemies up there.
No, there are actual leech charms. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't do it intentionally. Accidental puppy smothering. It's just a thing.
It could happen to anybody, right? If you were a loved one that was smothered by puppies,
you
may have a case. Orstein and Smoff, attorneys at law.
They call him the executioner because of how many criminals he gets sent to death row. Oh, yes.
Lorax said no.
He
was smothered by puppies. He thinks of Jerry the King Balder and his...
Puppies! Jerry was one of these... A very good reason for why I stopped paying attention to anything in the WWE.
Yeah.
I just... Ugh. Oh, do I get a knife? Yay! No, it's actually a bad idea, especially with how many bullets I've got.
Exactly.
Of course, watch me actually run out by the end of it. That would just be embarrassing. Oh, hey.
I don't think there's any risk of that because you do keep getting more stuff.
Sure, I did get the shotgun.
The catch is going to be if you were to keep playing it, having to deal with the diminishing inventory.
Right. Yeah, the big thing that worries me is after a certain point you can't reload anymore. So.
Near the end of the game, you'll find a PRL that'll get you through the rest of it.
I get Wesker's eye beams, yes.
But it takes up 2 spaces.
Oh. One for each lens, I imagine.
Yeah, I got to say... there we are. Yep. Oh, but you didn't actually go take a damage level hit from it, though.
Not yet.
If there is a hunting gun for...
Is it dead or not?
Yeah. If there's a hunting gun for Becky to get, it might be worth it just to try to get the stagger off. While in between shots with the slow rate of fire.
Right.
Whereas granted, you don't have the spit.
Oh, gosh. Oh, boy.
Well... Yeah, in fact, they recover before you can shoot again. That is a problem. Yeah, at least Lily's got some health, but... Jeez, yeah.
Oh, he's still fine.
Huh.
Keep trucking along, Billy.
Do you get more health in Leech Hunter mode, maybe?
Maybe. These things just look like gremlins.
Because, yeah, you took, like 4 or 5 hits with Billy, and you're still fine.
Right.
We know you're not invincible because you've been in yellow and orange before, but...
Maybe you do just get more health.
Huh.
Hey, Ink Big, welcome back.
Yeah.
Just in time to see me getting mauled by hunters. Yes.
Yeah, we decided to take a break, and, Wesker fed the Mogwai after midnight. I think Lorax might be right there.
Oh, that's right, these are all blue.
But yeah, we decided to take a break ourselves and to at least show off some of the Leech Hunter mode before we get to bed. And it seems like you're limited to the facility only, but you get the full. You get like the. I was trying to say you get the full reign of the place, but apparently not. Not until you unlock. Not unless you unlock it. And they basically they made the stage a lot tougher. There we go. It's interesting. I think the ultimate, I think at the end where you will be completely out of space because you have, 5 stacks of.
Oh, so she's actually really fragile.
Right.
Huh.
We have 5 stacks of 10 leech tokens, and yeah, that's not going to be much fun. I wonder if they picked this one because it's the only stage that doesn't have a mandatory separation part. Not the only one, but I think there's like 5 times they do that. And only 6 stages. Well, yeah, it might be 4 or 5 times. Oh yeah, this part.
Arg.
Yeah, okay, no. That puts you under. Okay, so what? So Billy can take like 5 or 6 hits before losing the health rating.
And it looks like there isn't anything over there.
Right.
Although I can go ahead and flip the switch and make sure. Oh, it looks like it's already flipped.
Huh.
That also explain why Billy couldn't push it any further.
Ah, right.
Billy. There we go.
I'm helping.
Leeches!
Have you noticed a theme yet? Yeah, I have to imagine at this point this is a Easter egg hunt gone horribly wrong.
Yep. It's the Easter egg hunt that Dr. Marcus would have held so long ago if Wesker hadn't killed him.
Grandpa, could just once you not use the leeches?
We mean my leecher leg hunt. You don't understand, the man just loves his leeches. Oh, boy. Okay.
Shrewd move there.
Oh.
Huh.
Did
the hunters leave those corpses? The corpses leave them, or were they just there and we had to wait for them to despawn?
That's possible too.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were 3 of them and only 2 dropped. So.
Right.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I just hope there aren't any more hunters for a little bit.
Right. Nice. Okay.
Gorsh.
Yeah, that is there. The spine showing. Huh. I guess whatever. I guess the zombie killed them by biting them on the back and then kind of working its way down until they died.
Could be.
Otherwise, it's a very odd place to have a hole nowhere else.
It looks like a lot of the puzzle things have been solved.
Right.
Just not necessarily with all of the keys.
That will help out your inventory juggling a bit. That way you won't have to do the constant backtrack and shuffle when you may not actually be able to do it. Oh, you know what? I bet that's why they had to do it that way. So you couldn't be in an unwinnable state by having to tie up more than 3 slots at a time.
Oh, that could be.
At some point you couldn't do it.
And here's the crank.
Yeah, and the big problem is you'd want to make absolutely sure you have every possible herb mix before you max out Becky, because you couldn't mix anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing that's just going to kill this for me, I think.
Mm-hmm. You'd have to just plan ahead so much, right? There was a game...
It's just weird to me, though, that, that's the mechanic they decided to go with. It's like, once you get a leech, that's it.
Right.
It's like you are Dr. Marcus. Once you have a leech, you cannot get rid of it.
Well, it's like an Indiana Jones thing. It's like there's some kind of curse, in each leech that, keeps you from ever putting it away.
Oh, nice. It attacked me straight on.
Python asked, have we ever played any of the Dino Crisis games?
We have been encouraged to do so, but we have not actually done so.
Yeah, we got a recommendation for 2 because apparently Leon Kennedy is in the game. but no, I haven't actually played them. But there was a game I was thinking of recently that basically plays completely differently if you come in with foreknowledge of it. I'm trying to remember which one we were thinking about.
Well, I know that was supposed to be one of the selling points for Undertale.
Well, yeah, pro or con on that one. I mean, there's definitely a lot of people that are saying that you go on thinking you shouldn't be spoiled at all on anything.
I just remember one of our friends, Ben, said that some things did actually change depending on if you tried to use foreknowledge.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, no, I meant as far as like on a game mechanics level, something I was thinking of that like if you knew what to expect, you would approach it completely differently.
Huh. Dino Crisis 2 is super fun and actually has
and has actually 10 underwater sections. Huh. Yeah, that is on our list. Of course it'd be a Leech token or charm. It's a Leech charm like that. Now I'm just thinking of that there should be a trinket if it isn't already in Darkest Dungeon for the Plague Doctor.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Or just actual leeches, like a jar of leeches.
Right. I'm gonna call this one Bob.
Makes sense to me. Yeah. Not necessarily the Bob part.
Well.
It's a fuckable Dino Arena mode. Yes.
But you want something, appropriate like Eurydice? I mean,
Eurydice.
Just some fantasy-ish name. I got nothing.
Again, none of you can see the sour-looking expression on my face.
I just started to figure out where you're going with that. It's like, what name would you give a leech?
I admit, up until now, I have not considered the question of what I would name a leech.
They did not cast aspersions on my naming, good sir.
But I will say, no matter what it is, I would not call it Bob.
Okay.
That much I am certain.
Inkbig roughing Sprawl on that one. The leech is still a viable medical procedure. They'll bounce your humors even. No, all jokes aside, I have heard that they're
basically used to help with swelling and clotting and things like that.
Yeah, living.
Oh, not again.
Well, you got a couple rooms for your next hunter fight, right? This is gonna be one of my favorite things. When they have to get all the way back up. There's a little pause, and then they flop back over. Right. Oh, am I dead yet? Okay, I guess I am. There you get a little space.
See if between the two of us we can just gun it down.
Yeah. Well. Oh, okay, you did. Huh. So it doesn't seem like they actually take that many bullets, the catch, so they'll get a bunch of hits in on you when you're trying to do it.
It's really frustrating, by the way.
Right.
Well, that means that Billy has to take the healing, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. You have anything better to get? Oh, took them all the way to fine. Fair enough then.
It's a double green herb.
Oh, I thought it was a green and blue.
It's a double green and blue.
Okay.
As I said earlier.
I didn't realize there was a double green. I didn't even realize you could do that, actually.
Yeah. Leroy Leech. That's true. I could see naming a Leech Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can I not get into this room? Well.
And Drakenel said, yeah, the damage noise is just awkward. It's like, yeah, I stubbed my toe and not, monster just stabbed you in the pancreas.
Especially Becky's. Like, ow!
Yeah. You talk about weird like damage reaction noises. I mean, every single Souls game has them, and they're all ridiculous.
There we go.
Like my favorite one has to be like I think it's the male unhollowed one from Dark Souls 1. It's like, oh, every time you get hit.
So like the Leon one?
Oh, yeah, kind of. No. Yeah. It's very philosophical about the horrific injury you just took. Also in the clones. I wonder if you really were supposed to get headshots on them since they got the body armor on. I don't think it matters much, but Rebecca, would you kindly?
See, I don't think you can actually. Yeah. Which means we leave, reload, and come back.
Right.
Hooray!
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Yeah, I think we found out from the bosses on the previous time through that it keeps all the status on them, like the damage and everything.
Right.
So you don't lose progress on that. Oh, he's on his third stack of leeches already. Wow. The bright side, that means you're making good progress, considering it's, you've only been doing it for like half an hour.
Right.
And you're like halfway there for Billy. There were 4. How many of them are left? Looks like it might just be the 2. I think a little squelching now, sound was that they were.
Oh.
Yeah, the gun even comes pre-modified because I figured at this point you probably don't have room to hold the attachment. Yep.
No reason not to.
Yes.
Custom handgun.
I think the idea we had for that one was to make sure whoever your atypical AI partner was had the gun with the scopes to be more accurate. I don't think it actually helps you much. Or it might. I meant that on. Yeah.
That's saying we don't really know.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, cool. You should have some healing back whenever you finally make your way back around to the start, too. Okay, you just had sitting there.
Can't use those chemicals.
Huh.
Oh, well.
That's the one puzzle you could actually have kept, because her mixing set is its own slot.
Actually, I wonder. I bet I have to have him come back before I can. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't actually start with all of these.
You're right. Yeah, I think the Magnum only has 8 rounds.
Actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Heal him up. Then give him
Yeah, considering you're out of spare shotgun shells, so yeah, he'll probably be using that a fair bit.
Right. Okay. And actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and walk out after this point. It's just about bedtime.
Yeah, it's almost 10. You've been doing pretty well, though. I definitely think that if you wanted to actually beat it, you probably could. Just planning ahead on when to actually grab the things.
Right. And just not grabbing leeches for a while.
Right. Yeah, and there was a pretty good call, too, finding out that you can, basically, and you can examine one and thus get it to show up on the map,
right,
without having to actually pick it up.
Exactly. That's probably what you have to end up doing.
Right, so you can keep track of where they all are. Just imagine that eventually your mini-map will just be this gigantic glowing splotch of dots.
Quite possible.
So you have 100 leech charms. So what do you all think of Leech Hunter and Wesker mode? You've been with us so far.
Billy Wesker.
Yeah, Billy Wesker. I say the Wesker mode kind of being easy mode with the special moves and everything was pretty cool. Yeah, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's kind of bad. Don't get me wrong.
That's like it actually is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's shining a brilliant spotlight on the absolute worst mechanic of the game, which is a limited inventory space. So there is that.
Wesker mode, cool. Leech Hunter mode, meh. I actually agree with Lorax. This is a much worse version of Assignment Ada.
Oh, because you have the Plaga samples. Things. Right. Yeah. Fightline remembers Leech Hunter mode being even worse. How is that possible? It seems like the big drawback is eventually you have no space for anything, and that seems to still be there.
Well, regardless, we are out.
Maybe he was just disappointed after the Mercenaries mode. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Trying out new things.
We ended up with 42 out of a possible 100. Which find one out the 48 minutes.
One for every 48 seconds.
Oh, seconds, yeah. Oh, so what do we have here?
Oh, infinite handgun.
Huh. The E-rank item, submachine gun ammo. Check your status screen.
Infinite handgun ammo.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
If you can take your upgrades from one Leech Hunter mode into the next, and eventually get infinite ammo, that would obviously make that a lot more doable. At that point, I guess it would just be bragging rights if you beat on your first try.
Right.
Because I'm not sure if that carries over into Leech Hunter mode.
Yeah, that's the thing. It might. I think it might just continue on for the regular game.
Right.
Regardless,
Yeah, well,
I think that is a good way to send off RE0.
That was
with even more leeches and also Wesker.
That was Resident Evil 0. It
pretty much perfectly encapsulates it. Stupid inventory management and
leeches.
And leeches. And hunters that just completely, wreck your face.
Yeah.
And you hope that you get healing in.
At least you didn't get eaten by a giant frog this time.
That's true.
Okay, so thanks all for watching all of the Resident Evil HD.
And I hope that you enjoyed our romp through Resident Evil 0.
Yeah, it was it was it was that.
It was that. It was the thing. I will say that I was glad to have done it because, as I mentioned earlier, I actually really liked Billy Cohen from the first time I encountered him. So it's good to play through the game. Wish that he actually did something with him. He could possibly be Wesker. We don't know.
All the teasing that I gave Becky to, it's like she wasn't that bad. A little overdone on the infantilization.
Yeah, I wish that her acting age was the equivalent of her apparent age, and that closer to her actual age.
Right.
But regardless.